Okay, so this was the homework on range, median, and mode, and we're just going to go over a few of the answers to make sure we've got the general idea. So, the first one, the data set, was 8, 4, 2. So we put it, the first thing we did is we put it in order from smallest to biggest. We made 2, 4, 8. Then, to get the median, we looked at the middle number. The middle number was 4. So the median is 4. Now the mode, that's the number that occurs the most. All the numbers occur at the exact same, all the numbers occur just one. There's just one of each number. So there is no mode for this one. And then our range is our biggest number, which is 8, minus our smallest number, which is 2. And that equaled 6. So that's how we do problem number 1. Problem number 2, there's only one number in our data set, number 1. So that's going to automatically be the median. There is no number that occurs the most. There's no mode. The range for this one is going to be 0. It's going to be 0 because it doesn't go anywhere. There's no range at all. It's just one number. Now, for number 3, we had 3 numbers. We had 9, 9, and 8. First thing we did is we put them in order from smallest to biggest. So we got 8, 9, and 9. Then for the median, we looked at the middle number. That was 9. For the mode, we looked at the number that occurred the most. That was also 9. The range is going to be 9, which is the biggest number, minus 8, which is the smallest number, and it equals 1. So the range for number 3 is 1. Now for number 4, we had a bigger data set, but we still did it the same way. So these are all the numbers. We put them in order from smallest to biggest, and then we just looked at where the middle number is. And to get the middle number for this, we could cross off numbers on each side until we got to the middle, which is 7, or we can say, well, I have 4 numbers on this side, and I have 4 numbers on this side, and 1 number in the middle. So as long as I have the same numbers on each side and 1 in the middle, I know that's my median. The median is number 7. The mode, for this one, there are actually 3 different modes. 3, 7, and 9 all occur 2 times. There are 2 of each of those numbers. So there's the mode of 3, the mode of 7, and the mode of 9. For the range, we're going to take 10, which is the biggest number, and subtract 2, which is the smallest number, and that is going to equal 8. So our range for number 4 is 8. Now, for number 5, what we're going to do, take that data set, put it in order from smallest to biggest, then we're going to find the middle number for the median. And this square got a little bit off, but this is what it means for the middle number right here. Okay, and I can count 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then I've got 1 in the middle. So I've got 3 on each side and 1 in the middle. My median is 6. My mode, the number that occurs the most, I look here and I see 6 occurs 2 times and 7 occurs 2 times. My mode is 6 and 7. So I have 2 modes for that one. The range is going to be 9, because that's my biggest number, or my maximum, minus 2, because that's my smallest number, or my minimum, and that equals 7. So the range for number 5 is 7. Now number 6 is going to take the data, we're going to take the data set, put it in order from smallest to biggest, and you see this one just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this one is going to have 2, it's going to have 2 medians to start with. Alright, because if we do 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, if we do 4, 5, we have nothing left in the middle. And then we have no number for our median. So we have to take 2 numbers. If you just wrote 4 and 5 for your median, I would accept that, because we haven't talked about doing anything else yet. the actual way to find the median is to add those numbers together. 4 plus 5 is going to be 9. And then it splits it in half. And half of 9, alright, it's going to split it in half, so I'm just going to do times 1/2. That's going to be 4.5 or 4.5. So if you had 4 and 5 for your median, I would accept that. Or if you had 4.5 for your median, I would accept that. Now, for the mode, all the numbers are exactly the same. There's one of each of them. So there is no mode. For the range, again, take my biggest, which is 8, my maximum, which is 8, minus my minimum, which is 1, and that's going to equal 7. So my range for this is 7. Now, for this one, I'm going to put it in order, from smallest to biggest, and it's actually already in order. If I look at that, 2, 4, 4, 4. And so then I'm going to find my median, which is going to be my middle number. And if I count, 1, 1. If I do 2, 2, there's no number left. There's no number left at all. So I know my median is 4, because these are the same number. And if I were to do 4 plus 4 equals 8, just like I showed you up here, and then split it in half, I would still get 4. So my median is 4. And my mode, well, if I look at this, I see I have 1, 2, and 3 4s, so my mode is going to be 4. And then my range is going to be 4, which is my maximum, minus 2, which is my minimum, and it's going to be 2. So that is how we did the work on this range, median, and mode worksheet. Now we also had a line plot of the data. There were a couple of ways that you could have done this. One way was to make a separate line plot for each problem. If you were doing this, you would take a look at the data, which in this case was 4, 2, and 6, and you would 4, 2, and 8, I'm sorry. You would do 1 for 2, 1 for 4, and 1 for 8, because there are 1 of each of those numbers. Okay, in this next one, you look at the number, which is 1. There's just 1, 1, and that's the only thing in the data set. Okay, the next thing you would do is you would look at the third set of data. Okay, there are 2 number 9s and 1 number 8. So you put 2 x's by number 9 and 1 x by number 8. So this is how you would make a line plot separately for each one. Now, it wasn't clear whether I wanted you to do this or if I wanted you to just make one line plot and combine all the data sets. So if you chose to make one line plot and combine all the data sets, like this, that's okay too. So you could have counted up all of these different numbers, how many you had of each. You could have done 1x here for 8, and then an x here for 4, and then an x here for 2. And let's see, an x for 1, and then 2 x's for 9, and come over and done that way. Either of those ways is acceptable, and would make a nice line plot. So this is the review of range, median, and mode. Please feel free to ask if you have any questions.